do you feel like two women can raise a boy to become a man?
I feel like
It's a good question.
There's certain things that definitely like women may not be able to answer, but I can always go to my father. I can go to my brother. Like, I have men in my life that if there's a question that my son has that I can't answer, I have people in my life that can answer that for them.
So the thing is, it's not about a question when it comes to, this is my personal opinion, by the way. And I see, the thing is, I like to zoom out of situations. It's cool to want what you want right now in life, but at some point in time when you start thinking long term, you start thinking family, kids, if that's something that you desire. When it comes to raising a boy, it's not just a part-time thing for him. He doesn't need a part-time role model, and I mean part-time by, you know, father, uncle, you know, grandfather. He needs the same way a woman, I believe, needs a woman present, is the same way a boy who is going to ultimately be a man needs a man present. And if we look at what's happening in society today, a lot of the boys that y'all are complaining and laughing, and we are complaining and laughing about, have not had a man present in majority of their life that actually is a qualifying man. You allow this boy to ultimately become led astray, and that boy then goes out there and it becomes the same person that women complain about and men complain about. So from my opinion, when we're talking about procreation, we're talking about relationship, I think it's very important to take into consideration what type of atmosphere and environment that you are actually subconsciously preparing for your future unborn child.
No. I will raise my boy to respect women. All women.
Yeah, that's totally fine, but that's not what he said. Like, he's not talking about disrespecting women. He's speaking about, like,
how are you going to teach him to be around men?
Yeah.
When you're not there, right? And your partner is not there. And this boy is now, you know, he's feeding for guidance. He's feeding for structure and foundation. He's feeding for how he needs to, you know, present himself, how he needs to hold himself as a man. There's no examples that he's going to have on a day-to-day.
If he has two moms.
If he had two moms. Now, this is just from me looking on the outside in, by the way.
Yeah.
Because remember, kids, you know, they're very smart, so they copy everything that they see. So, and men and women, we're different. We don't act the same. We don't think the same. We look at things differently. So, you know, if your son is around women all day, he's going to pick up feminine traits.
And why is that bad?
Because it's not realistic. I'll tell you the truth. I coach a 10-year-old football team, right? I also coached them when they were 9. Now I coach them when they were 10. I know the kids who only have their moms and their grandmothers in their lives, and they walk around with their hand out like this. Right.
And why is that bad?
The reason why it's bad is because you had sex with a gay guy, and that's the reason why you only have sex with women now. That's the reason why you're a lesbian, because you've experienced
that's not the reason.
The one man you experienced was gay. The one man you experienced was gay. He had no masculinity, no backbone, and he ain't lay nothing down right. He ain't lay any law. Let me finish my point. He ain't lay any law down, right? So what I'm saying is the reason why it's bad is because your son will be just like that gay guy that you had sex with and dismissed, and you went straight to woman because of that. Is like, ew. The only example that you have is from a gay dude that clapped cheeks. You have no example of a real man. So that's why it's bad. Imagine if you had an example from a real man. Maybe these other chicks wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Becky, she cute, but I need me a Chad, because Chad was doing what he needed to really do, and I was really in my feminine.
So are you saying gay guys aren't real men?
They not real men.
So listen, so you 4 ladies, right?
They're males.
So are gay women real women?
Yeah, you're not making sense.
Nah, I mean, no, I don't think so.
So look, based on what he said, so you 4 ladies, right? You guys date men, you guys like men,
Yes.
right? Do you prefer your men to act like you, or you prefer to be...
Well, they heterosexual, bro.
Yeah, I'm straight, so...
That's my whole... I'm getting somewhere, though.
Go ahead.
Look it up.
But do you ladies prefer your men to be strong and, you know, masculine, or do you want them to be soft and
Yes, because
feminine?
I want him to be straight as well. It's just different.
But what I'm getting to is, like, she's going to be raised... If she decides to have a kid and it's a boy, and he has no male guidance, and he goes up to not be gay and likes women, he's gonna attract girls, but girls won't like him because he's walking around with his hand like this, and he's emotional like you, and he's acting very feminine. He's thinking like a girl. But she even
said her father will be in the life, her brother. Like, there's gonna be other male figures.
They're not
yeah.
there.
So what he's saying is this: he's like, let's say if all y'all was chilling, right? All y'all chilling in the crib, because y'all probably gonna be chilling after this. And then she's like, hey, yeah, I want to have a son when I get older, and I want my son to be like this. And then she overhears y'all talking, well, yeah, I don't like those guys that really don't have a backbone and let people walk all over them. I don't like those like femboys. I like more of a man's man. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, all of you ladies are giving your perspective on men, right? And that man embodies masculinity. Show of hands, y'all three. Well, y'all four, would you prefer a man that has masculinity and can lead you, or more of a man that is like, well, I don't really know what to do and I'll follow your lead? Like, what type of man do you want?
Both.
You've had both, but what do you prefer?
What does that have to do?
It doesn't. Yeah,
I'm going to put it together real quick. I'm going to put it together.
Right.
Would you prefer a masculine man, or would you prefer a feminine man? Show of hands for a masculine man.
I don't understand.
One.
He's not proving a good point.
Okay, well, it is going to put it together, right? Okay, what about you? Would you prefer like a masculine man or a more feminine man, meaning that he's giving off the same energy that you're giving off as a woman?
Well, I'm bisexual.
I know, but you're bisexual. You like girls too.
But that's what I'm trying to say is, like, for the both of us at least, like she.
Yeah, let me finish my point. I need you to just answer, right? So, would you prefer a masculine man or a feminine man? And remember, the masculine man is a protector, a provider, someone where you can, you can follow the man's lead. You feel secure in the relationship. He's strong. He can protect you.
Dominant.
Or would you want more of a feminine male that embodies more woman characteristic traits, where it's like, well, why I be with you? I might as well be with a female. We're speaking about a man, though. So what man would you prefer, masculine or feminine?
Just to answer your question, I will say masculine. But
Okay, got it. So let's leave it right there. I'm making a point. What about you? Masculine man or feminine man?
Masculine.
Masculine man, right? So look, so you got four of your girlfriends. They're saying that, yeah, I prefer a masculine man. So this means that if you're raising a son, right, and you are bisexual, mind you, we're not getting on your sexuality. That's totally fine. You could be whoever you are, be with whoever you want to be. That's all good, fine and dandy. We're just giving you a perspective about bringing a kid and raising a kid in that type of relationship. So if you raise a kid that is going to have two women around and not a woman and a man, he's going to embody more feminine characteristic traits. So that means that when your son grows up, he's not going to qualify for most women, because most women want masculine men, not feminine men.
Most.
Remember, kids.
No. All women in a heterosexual relationship,
Heterosexual.
they want a masculine man.
Just because they're raised.
I would say all women, period, besides her, because she's fully lesbian. But all women, if you bisexual, you date men, you date women, or if you only date men, you want a masculine man. There's not a woman. We interviewed over 1,000 women. Let's just go with that. There's not one woman that was like, oh yeah, I want a soy boy. They don't say that. That's not what they want. Like, if they had a choice of preference, they all choose a masculine man. So what I'm saying is, does that make sense to you now? If you raise a son with a woman, he's going to be more feminine. That means that your son, when he goes out there and he's dating, his options is going to be less. Women is going to be like, I don't want him. He's like a girl.
Let me ask you this. If a man is raised by two women, do you automatically think all men raised by two women are not masculine?
You can tell as a man.
Listen,
not all.
You
There's
didn't
always
answer her
exceptions.
But I'm asking, do you think all of them?
The majority.
The majority. There's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
But we speak about in general. Like, is it possible that she gets with a woman, Michaela, and her and Michaela have a baby, not have a baby, but get a baby, adopt a baby, and or whatever, how it goes, right? Surrogate, I don't know. But whatever how they do. They have a baby, and it's exception to the rule, and that kid is a masculine man. In some dream world in Narnia, possibly. But in the real world, nah.
Okay. So I have two lesbian cousins who actually have a son.
Yeah.
And he's only a baby, but like watching the way that they raise him, there's so many men around. Like there's probably more men around than women. So I think he's gonna grow up to be more of a man, like masculine, who likes sports and stuff. Like just the way that watching him being raised, because I actually see it with my own eyes.
Yeah, but you haven't seen.
yeah.
See, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Very young,
you haven't seen him when he starts to enter the realm of actually finding and coming into himself around other boys. See, I'm saying this from a perspective where, you know, obviously I haven't been around that many young boys. I've only had a team of 25, so I can only judge from a small perspective. But we've been on podcasts with men who you can also tell are products of the same or similar environments where there's a lack of male presence. And I would tell you, from a kid, let's say 10 years old, you can tell which ones have a strong man in their life, a masculine presence in their life on a day-to-day, right? Where they're not overcompensating. You know what I'm saying? So when you can tell, you can see, guess what happens? And it's a shame because you'll see the ones who do all click up together. They play with each other. They, wrestle, whatever the hell. Mm-hmm. And the other ones, they're always to the side.
They're in the corner.
They're always. I had to physically tell them, yo, you have to drink water with everybody, with the team, because they would either go to their mothers or they would go away from the other boys. Right? So, like, you have to kind of force, because at the end of the day, they could be around men, but that doesn't mean they know how to conduct themselves when they're around the same boys at their age who are being on a day-to-day. I'm talking about from wake up to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
It's different.
We cannot. I believe in time, right? And the amount of time that you spend in something, this is also a proven fact, will depend on your success at being it. And that includes being a woman and being a man in today's society. If you want to be a successful woman, or whatever that may be, you have to be around successful women, right? Whatever that may be. And I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about actually being a woman. The same thing with the man. You want to be a successful man who has success with women and success in his life, has respect amongst men, can stand on his boundaries. He has to be around successful men of that caliber. Mm-hmm. We learn from each other, right? So when you have absence of one, then you can't even if you try to overcompensate, you're never going to be able to make up the missed time.
What if the lesbians had two sons?
Can I ask my question?
What if two lesbians had
it's about gay.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, let's ask you a question.
What if it's two gay dads and a son? Would they not still be, like, if it's the same as two gay moms?
Listen.
Is that not a good question?
Oh, that is a good
even
question.
worse.
Listen.
Yeah, because they both
I don't even want to go on that topic, but I know you wanted to say something, and I just would like for you, if you don't mind, to express.
I don't have anything to
Okay, well,
say.
I would like to say as well.
I thought I was wrong.
What you ladies don't understand is...
Wait. Go ahead.
All I can say is I respectfully disagree, and I don't think we should have a world that is so revolved around gender norms and this is right and this is wrong. Like, we should be teaching our children that we accept all people, equality. We shouldn't single out anyone.
But we don't.
Yeah, we're not.
Like, you're 6 foot. You wouldn't, like, if you were hetero, like, put it like this. Forget about you. All of you ladies have preferences. You said that you wouldn't want a guy that's shorter than you. So with that being said, life isn't equal, so we shouldn't live in a Disney fairy tale and try to, equalize everything. That's called egalitarianism. It doesn't work. The communists tried it, people tried it, it didn't work, it failed. So what I'm saying is we have to live in reality. Men and women aren't equal, and how we value things aren't equal. Why is diamonds more valuable than gold? Why is gold more valuable than silver? You get what I'm saying? Why is this job more valuable than that job? Why does this job pay more than that job? So what I'm saying is we have to live in reality. If a boy is going through life and he, is being raised with two women, well, there's a high probability that he's going to be very feminine. So that means that if he is a heterosexual, there's a high probability that his sexual options and mating choices is going to be limited because of it, because most women aren't attracted to feminine men. So that means that you're setting your kid up to fail. So if you don't live in reality, you will be set up to fail. That's what happened with slavery and a whole lot of other things in this world. You know why? Is because people didn't prioritize reality. And what is reality when it comes down to everything? What are men good for? Protecting and providing. What are women good for? Nurturing. Know your role and play your role, and then you'll produce good members in society. That's how life works. If you astray from that, you will feel consequences. You will be depressed. You will have anxiety. Suffering will be so overwhelming for you, you wouldn't have no way out of it. The only way out of it will be God. But guess what? Most people that live that lifestyle don't even believe in God. So they're suffering in their mind till eternity. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. The only way out is through. And you got to know what's actually real, not what's fake. I'll hang it up.
Most importantly, what you ladies got to understand is kids watch what their
Steve
parents
funny.
do. Kids copy everything that they see. You know what I'm saying? That includes mannerisms, what you're scared of, what you're not scared of, how you talk. Look at the way all you ladies are sitting right now. There's nothing wrong with the way you're sitting.
But they
Fix
18.
yourself so quick.
Listen,
folding up
I'm
with their
making a
pretzel.
point though. Hold on. I'm making a
I
point.
know I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
Look at the way all you ladies are sitting right now. There's nothing wrong with the way you're sitting. But because you have a son and he watches everything you do, what if he sits like that? Look how you all ladies sitting. Look how me and Cooley and Rico are sitting.
He's
It's
sitting
all,
a
it's
little
all
feminine.
mannerisms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
have
saying?
your
It's all
hands like this.
mannerisms. You know what I'm saying?
Can I speak on something?
That's
Listen, hold on.
facts.
I'm not finished.
Let me
make
get
his
to
point.
across like this so I'm feminine.
I'm saying, but it doesn't make sense the way you sit. Like that's what
No,
I'm trying to
but
make
listen,
a like.
but
It
what
just
I'm trying
doesn't
to
make
explain is
sense.
kids copy everything that their parents do to a T. So if you're scared, if you guys are scared of a mouse and go, oh my God, it's a mouse, your son's gonna see that. He's gonna react the same way when he sees a mouse. Compared to me, Rico, or Cooley see a mouse. Oh, that mouse can kick that. If our son sees that, how we act towards a mouse, he's gonna react the same way because kids copy exactly what they see. So when a son is raised by two women who are feminine, which is nothing wrong with being feminine, and you guys are scared and got flicking your hair and sitting with your legs up like that, which is nothing wrong. When he's chilling amongst a bunch of boys and they're sitting like this, and he's
gonna
up
be the
there like
only one.
this.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's comfortable, isn't it?
They're gonna. He's gonna have a hard time making male friends, even though he's not gay.
He's spitting, bro.
Like you guys, like not you, but all four of you ladies would not find me attractive if they're sitting like this and I'm like this. You guys would not find me attractive.
I would be uncomfortable.
You guys would not be attractive. If I'm sitting like this.
Get him, please get him.
You guys would look at me like, yo, I'm not gay though. I got two moms, no doubt, but I'm not gay. But I'm sitting like this.
You know what's funny? Me and you know somebody that's a little weird too.
You know what I'm saying? So what we're saying is like it doesn't, even if you have brothers or uncles that could, show them or tell them things, but the fact that they don't have those brothers and uncles there around them 24/7 to show them, how men act, it's just not enough.
What if you have like a mom and no dad?
They're
What's
saying
the-
this. It's
but,
the
like,
same thing.
Yeah.
What's the
Yes.
difference?
Yeah, it's single moms.
They're saying
Right?
if a woman is raising a
breeds
son.
feminine men, breeds degeneracy,
Oh,
more
okay.
child delinquents.
I was
The
confused. I
most
understand
men in
that.
prison come from single mother households. So it even leads down to your actions, like the mannerisms, actions. Also leads down to your life choices. So yeah. Women can't raise men, and you need both parents.
Wait, I
you
have a
need a
question.
man and a woman
You said that
to
men
give your
and,
son or daughter the best chance. Go ahead.
you said men and women aren't equal, which I agree with. But
Yeah.
do you think gay men and women are equal?
No, they're still not equal. But
It's closer. The gap went from here to here.
Why aren't they equal? Because the things that you're saying, it seems like they're equal.
Because if he decides to,
Yeah.
and I think that we have to understand something about reality.
The
all right?
physicality,
Yeah,
the
if he decides to,
biology.
God forbid, but if he decides to fight a woman, it's not the same.
He's knocking
True.
that woman
It's
clean.
not
out.
the
Okay.
same, yeah.
Fair enough.
And I think that has to be taken into consideration, although his mannerisms, maybe his preferences, might align with the woman. But if he decides to physically tap into his natural state,
Okay.
he can really outpower and potentially very much hurt you.
Okay, fair
You know?
enough. Good point.
Yeah, not equal. Okay, ladies. Let's get to the super chats real quick.
Yep.
Wait, can we do one thing?
Oh, yeah,
before-
sure.
Oh my god.
What is there an update on the Mike Tyson fight?
It's just starting.
Okay.
Just started?
Just started.
It's like 12 o'clock.
Like first round?
Not even first round yet.
Oh, they ain't started
Okay.
swinging yet.
All
Okay.
right, cool. I just wanted to know, just to check with my boy
Can I
Mike.
say something just real quick?
Oh yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
So
You okay?
this might just be like a 1 in a million kind of.
Yeah, she chilling.
That was so fake. That was so fake. High five.
Cause we not, and once again, remember in the beginning I said when we speaking, we not speaking about you personally. We speaking about the things that you're saying, and then we're making
Jesus.
conversations out of that. But like you said, like
Do you have an addictive personality?
What?
who her?
I was getting some popcorn. I do. I do.
Okay,
I think we can just agree to disagree.
Yeah, like
at the
you
end of
said.
the day.
Wait, let her make her point though.
Oh yeah,
like,
go ahead.
let her
Sorry,
say
make your
something.
point.
it might be a 1 in a million type of circumstance, but I mean, I do have my father in my life, but I would say like he's not emotionally involved in my life at all. He was kind of like a credit card, would throw money at me, we'd go on vacations, that kind of thing, and he's still like that in my life.
Yeah.
But I do have a father. And I respect my father, going back to what you were saying earlier about like, oh, you're respecting your family's name.
Yeah.
Like what you do reflects your family. And I would like to say that I do like reflect what my family values as well. But that's also just how I was raised. I was raised by my mother. I was raised by my aunt. I was raised by my older sister because we're like
You're
12
all
years
women.
apart.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not finished.
Okay.
My sister, we're 12, 13 years apart. She has a son. He was raised in an entire female household because his father was not involved in his life because he's a drug addict.
How old is he now?
He is 9 years old and he does not show any signs of anything feminine or anything like that. When you were saying he's
but the
walking
thing
around
is,
like
you
this, he
compares
doesn't.
it
Let her
What?
finish.
you wouldn't be able to see it. I'm telling you, if that little boy got around one of my little boys, it's gonna be an entirely different story.
Maybe
I'm
that's not
and I'm
a
saying
fact.
like
I thought we were done.
the
Yeah, I
thing
thought
is
so too.
we also have to look at it from an outside lens perspective when I'm talking about me viewing women and women viewing men, especially at a younger age. So you're not going to see anything, but if the people who bring him around, like you're not with him in school, you know what I'm saying? Nor do you probably even socialize with the parents of his friends in school.
I do.
Okay.
I'm very much so involved in like my nephew's life, not so much currently because she has a whole new life the last year and everything like that. She met somebody new. So he does have a male figure in his life now who is also
Yeah.
very masculine, I will say.
which is going to be the determining factor of why things change.
But developmental years. Yes,
No,
he was No, you're cutting me off. Developmental years. Their early years are very core for children. I would even say I went through some shit when I was little, and that's still, even if I don't remember it, I can still, I have trauma responses, as people say, to things. He was raised around women, but he was raised around women until he was about 7 years old. He's past that developmental time.
You're talking
The
about,
core.
you're talking about first and foremost, we're comparing two separate things, right? You're comparing social behavior to emotional responses. As a woman, I would expect for you to have more emotional sensitivities to things that have happened from a young age growing up. As a boy, we don't have those same emotional sensitivities. So whatever that emotional response is, isn't going to last as long once a man steps in his life from 8 to 18, a 10-year period with that same child, he's going to have more masculine time frame with the man than more feminine
Well,
or the
I
lack
agree with
of.
that.
But what I'm saying is right now you're looking and the thing about men, we are adaptive creatures. We adapt to everything. You know what I'm saying? Our situations, our obstacles, the ones who actually make it out are the adaptive ones. So that boy that you're talking about, your nephew, if he does have a masculine man who's going to lead him and forcefully put him on this guide, or on this path to guide him to success, he's going to make the adjustments very fast. You'll see it in 12 to 24 months. And you'll also see it start to transpire as he gets older and becomes a man himself. It's not the same in terms of your personal upbringing to his. You're comparing apples and oranges from a boy to a girl.
Totally different. Two totally different
Well,
things.
first of all, you didn't let me completely finish.
Okay.
So,
All right. I
coming
thought
up
you
twice.
did.
not, like I said, not in the last year, but I was around him when it was all women raising him. Yes, his grandfather and even like my stepfather has a big part in whatever, enforcing the sports and whatever, because he shows interest in those. He showed interest before these men had a big, like, it takes a village. What she was saying, that she would have like her father and her brother and her uncles helping taking care of her son and raising it and showing masculine values and masculine beliefs. He's not running around in a tutu in the backyard like, oh my God, fairies.
Yeah, he's not. I get what you're saying. That's an extreme, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, he plays baseball. If he played baseball and he's raised by all women, before any men stepped into his life, would he be skipping plate to plate? Probably, but no.
Let me ask you a question. When he played football, did he play football?
He never played football.
That's the reason why. He never even played baseball, because he ain't a man in his life.
Baseball is a non-contact sport. Damn. Right? No shade to baseball players, but it's a non-contact sport.
So my cousins who are D1 baseball players, who have a father figure in their life, their entire life, who's the one who enforced baseball because we were a baseball family, that's the same thing?
It's very much similar into what you're saying in terms of being taught to do something. They taught him to play baseball, right? But if I take that same kid and now I put him in a position where he has to be a young man, I'm talking about 10-year-old kids are knocking kids out. I don't think you guys get that at this age with a football with a football sport, a collision sport. Yeah. I will tell you immediately, those same kids. I know a kid right now. I don't even want to say too much of his business because I'm good with friends with his mom and his family. He plays a contact sport, right? But then when he gets on a football field and he has to play against other physical kids, his age, his size, you see the difference. It goes from a confident man or young man, boy, to a insecure one. And he starts removing himself from the atmosphere because it's too physical for him. It's too dominant for him. He does not have that on a day-to-day basis. So, yes, he could play a sport and learn how to be team-oriented. I played baseball, football, basketball, and ran track.
Yep.
Right? So baseball is a great sport. Hand-eye coordination, stealing bases. But when it comes down to a gladiator sport, where we're going to see who's man-to-man, a lot of boys can't fit that, especially if they don't have that male presence.
Yeah.
Now, you do have the anomalies where you have the ones who rage
you always
with
got
their
the
situations.
exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, those
always
rangers.
exceptions to the rule.
Like, you're putting everybody in a box.
No, we're not
it's
putting
a
everybody. We already said
generalization.
exceptions. Yeah, we said there are exceptions. We even gave her, like, yeah, it could be an exception to something. So we know about the exceptions, but generally, meaning that the majority. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.